topic is about diversity and communication. Diversity is different people coming together in one single place to learn about each other and to communicate. I mean, communicating is key in any transaction someone does in their life. Whether it's like, just texting your friends or buying something at a local store. Uh, when people come together, they tend to communicate with each other. And at the University of Memphis, one person is exposed to high amounts of diversity. Well, any college you really are, university, because they have a program called Study Abroad, and there's going to be a lot of other people coming in from different countries and exploring how America's school works. If you do not understand someone because they're speaking a different language, like bonjour, ça va toi? Oh, merci beaucoup. Ça va toi? Or, or hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. Gracias. Or they're just using a different word in any manner. You should really consider to ask them to repeat themselves. Say the person says, "What does that have to do with tea in China?" And you are clearly not talking about anything to do with tea or China. State the problem, bring it up. Be like, what did you mean by that? Because I really don't understand. And to be a good listener, the key to communication is listening as well. You really need to pay attention to what they say, because if your mind drifts off, saying your speaker's speaking a mile a minute and you're just not listening because you can't understand, or they're just talking way too fast, ask them to slow down, repeat themselves. And if your mind still continues to wander about what you did this morning, you should really give nods and okay and keep eye contact to keep you involved and to let the speaker know that you are also engaging and listening to what they're saying. Understanding people whose native language isn't yours can be difficult. The university, they offer a language table, which is just it's a big giant table in a building in Jones Hall, where these people, every language has their own day. And I went to the French table because I'm studying French. And you just go there and practice your speaking and comprehensive skills. There was a native speaker there from France, of course, and we were talking about Comic-Con and the differences between nerd, dork, and geek. And him being from France, he didn't know what Comic-Con is. I was very surprised. But we got to talking about nerd, dork, and geek, and he said the nerd is a teacher's pet, the geek is just smart, and the dork, well, no one wants to be the dork. There are so many words that mean different things in his language that don't translate exactly in English, which can cause a huge conflict in communication. Say he's trying to say that you're really pretty and you think it's something really bad, and that's one thing we have to watch for. The paper is pretty much about diversity influence communication, because you have so many people going to one place, they're eventually going to converse, and you will have to explain yourself. Italians, they talk with their hands. If you talk with your hands in another country, that could be very rude, disrespectful, and it's not good. Or some places, it's very good if you use hand gestures, like Italy. Or even sign language. Sign language is a big deal. Being exposed to such diversity makes people want to go out and explore more, so they have a better understanding of what other people have to go through, I guess. Like in France, you go to school from 8 to 5. As to here, we go to 8 and 3, but the difference is they get an hour lunch and they get to go home and come back. So that's pretty much the difference. But the communication is key in the world, because without communication, how else would we talk to each other, you know? In diversity, we get a lot of, English language gets a lot of their stuff from, like, borrow, all languages borrow each other's words, especially like iPod, of course, you know, there's not going to be a French translation for iPod, so they just call it iPod. And it's just really necessary that you keep yourself directly, like, you need to, how am I supposed to explain it? You need to keep good eye contact, listen very carefully, and if they speak really fast, ask them to slow down, and I'm sure they will slow down. If they get offended, apologize and just go on. And if there's a problem, bring it up. Don't sit in the corner, you know, oh my gosh, what are they saying? What does bonjour ça va mean? Or je suis parler français? Or, you know, don't worry about that. Just ask questions. That's bottom line. Ask questions. If you don't know the word, ask a question. I'm sure they won't be offended if you try and ask a question, because at least they're trying to show some effort. But that's my ACAT assessment paper. I hope you like it.